everybody. Welcome to the pod. We have Alex. Everyone knows Alex.
Hello.
Let's do a quick life update. What's going on? What's new since the last time that we've been in here? Aside from not sleeping.
Yeah, not too much.
Okay.
Scarlett's 3 months, which is very exciting.
Very exciting.
Not much has changed.
Okay.
She's pretty much attached to the boob as often as she possibly can be.
In fact, she's right outside.
She
ready.
can't be too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, she really only likes to eat if we're laying down in bed, which is a new complication. So I'm like out in public and she will not eat because she's so mad we're not in bed. And then like I'll even be at a gathering with my friends and lay on a sofa.
Cozy girl. She's like, no, we are relaxed.
She's like, we got to be relaxed and do side lying, but then she doesn't like it when people are around, so she'll get mad about that. So she's like really opinionated.
What's her birthday?
July 24th.
Oh,
She's
okay.
yeah. So we're just trying to work through some preference issues.
I love
the
it.
moment.
The drama. She's like, no. Everyone look away, but I also need to lay down.
Get my siblings
And
away
I
from me.
need silk sheets, 100% silk sheets.
I think that might be what it is.
Yeah.
It's like it is a cozy bed, but we can't be there
all the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
That's my life
okay,
update.
so that's a good life update. My life update. Larissa's List is live. I
Yes.
think when we last spoke, it was an idea, not officially live. I am
Yeah.
kind of going through. I'm like taking a long mental pause because there's so much to say about it. I think, and actually it's going to filter into what we talked about. When I set out to make Larissa's List, the vision and ultimate goal was obviously there's all of these things that moms are constantly asking. And I feel like we're all asking and looking for the same things. Number one. Number two, there's so much that goes into motherhood and running a household like a successful business. Everything from how am I going to take care of my family when they're ill to we have a leak in the roof and how am I going to, who's the plumber that I'm going to call and kind of everything in between. And so creating almost like a hub where moms just know that they can go or women can go and have a tried and trusted true space to get that because Google's a bunch of random information and Yelp's a bunch of random strangers and even ChatGPT is going to spit out a bunch of random information. Yeah. So
this is vetted.
It's vetted. Y'all know me and kind of my values and what I stand for. And then kind of figuring out how, just how to have it be the most helpful for moms and women. And what I would love to happen is when instead of moms are up at night and they're, oh my gosh, I need to Google this thing because I'm stressed out, as we all do.
As we all do.
I'm going to check Larissa's List. And you can throw something into the search bar, whatever it might be, and then it spits out some sort of helpful, relevant piece of information. So we're less than a month in, but that is the goal, and it's super exciting, and I'm uploading new stuff every day. I mean, because I'm in it, and I'm a mom, and I'm doing the same thing. So it's like as I'm researching or talking to a different, a new professional or whatever it is, putting that up, all of that information up for it to be easy, digestible, searchable, readable for moms.
I love it.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
And how's it feeling?
It's amazing. And I love it. And I feel like it is making all of my little micro decisions actually subsiding because for me, I'm kind of saying, okay, from a work perspective, and even a life perspective, anything that I do from a work perspective should be Larissa's List. Like any questions that I'm answering or any content that I'm creating or whatever it might be should be for Larissa's List. And it's almost easier to weed out things. It's like, if it's not something that would go on the list, I can just kind of push it aside. And that feels really good.
Okay, that's the whole point of having really clear priorities because then it's so much easier to like filter things through. Is this something I should spend my time and energy on?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I use the example with a girlfriend. I was talking to her yesterday about burnout. And I'm like, yeah, this, I love this one specific soda water. And they were like, oh, we want to send you all the soda water and then you can, create content about it and blah, blah, blah. And it seems so easy in the moment. Like, yeah, I'll accept the soda water and then I'll go create. But like, really, that's just an extra line item on a task list that I would eventually have to go do.
I know.
Why would I do that when it's not contributing to my larger goal of Larissa's List and helping women? And I can go to Target and buy the, what I mean? Like, it's almost interesting too, because we talk about this of like shifting what the goal, but also keeping that in mind. And for high achieving women, I think making sure that we're not just taking on everything because we can. It's like, just because I can accept this case of soda water and go, like, that's such a dumb example, but it was a
it's
thing.
so good.
And then I'm like, now I just have this to-do check thing that I have to go and create this content for this dumb soda water.
I know. It's so important. I've been thinking about this a lot. It's not a question of whether you're capable. It's a question of, like, do you have the capacity to do it?
Yes.
Because you're capable of making content for the soda water.
Yes.
You're capable to do a lot of things. You're capable to work whatever you're doing. You're a very capable human. And a lot of the women that I work with are in the same boat. Like, we're very high functioning, high achieving. We're capable of a lot. But what do we have capacity for? And that's a completely different story. So there's all the things we want to do, we can do, we feel like we should do, versus the things that we actually have the time, the space for, that we want to make our priorities. And I feel like that's like the disconnect.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us feel like by saying we don't want to do something or we don't have the capacity for it, sometimes it feels like we're saying we can't do it. Like we're incapable and we're like, oh, but I should be able to do all these things.
Yes.
And that's where the should stories come in.
Yes.
And it's so important to be able to keep those priorities clear and to just be able to say no and move on.
Yeah. It is really hard for a type A, high achieving, we're always perfect, we can always do it all, to make that differentiation of what, just because I can do it doesn't mean that I should do it. And also, I think remembering what the bigger picture goal is, and then weeding that out and saying, okay, this ultimately filters up to that priority. Otherwise, I think, and then from a capacity perspective, because even that is a little tricky too, because I know for people like you and me, we're like, well, can our capacity, I mean, at least for me, I'm like, well, could my capacity be stretched? Like, it's almost like, let me challenge myself to see, which also isn't always the best thing.
It's like so nuanced, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is great to grow your capacity, but it's also good to know your limits and to be able to set boundaries. So it kind of depends, back to what you said, I think, about what your purpose is and what your priorities are. And is growing your capacity in this way serving your purpose? Or is it just saying yes to soda water because it seems easy and you'll get some free soda water, which isn't really, like, you don't need to stretch your capacity. There's no benefit.
Yeah. Let's kick off specific to burnout with what you see with your clients, with your people. What's kind of just like the first things that come to mind when speaking about burnout, like contributors or otherwise?
Well, when we talk about burnout, I don't usually have many people that get on the phone and say, like, I am experiencing burnout. It's usually like something like, I'm feeling exhausted all the time. I feel like I don't have a purpose anymore. Like, I feel disconnected from my husband, from my kids. It's like the symptoms, right? And I think that that's really important to notice how you're feeling. And it's kind of like a withdrawal from the world. Like, I just don't care anymore. And I've been hearing that from my clients. It's like, I just don't care. I just want to be left alone. Like, I've hit this peak point of exhaustion that I'm just done. And so I'm seeing that quite a bit.
Mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion, both?
I think what starts for most of us is I shouldn't say most of us. What I've seen in a lot of my clients is a combination, but what starts with mental can manifest as physical. Because when you're
that makes sense to me.
Do you know what I mean?
Because sometimes I am like an Energizer bunny.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, do. But mine, I think, maybe is mental before the physical, because I'll hit a wall at the end of the day. Like, I'll put the kids to bed and I'm like, my brain doesn't want to do anything else.
Yeah,
right? So
that's
it's almost
mental.
like mental before. It's not like, oh my gosh, I need to like lay in bed or something. Does that make sense? Like, I think there's almost like a differentiation between those two things.
Oh, completely. Because what you're talking about is the mental exhaustion that then makes you feel like, okay, now I need to just like disconnect. Okay, I can't do anything else. I just need to slow down. It isn't like, oh, my body's so tired because I've been working out all day and now it needs to sit down and rest. It's a difference.
Actually, that is interesting to think about too. Because I feel like that is like a little bit of burnout that people just don't.
Oh yeah.
Like a burnout doesn't have to be like a full crash and burn.
No, it's not at all. I mean,
Yeah.
burnout is essentially just when you have been running in fight or flight mode, which so many of us are because we're ultra productive and we're constantly going, our adrenaline's pumping. And when we're in that state for a prolonged period, we can just get overwhelmed by the cortisol levels and everything else. And then we move into a different nervous system state and we shut down. And that's what that feeling is at the end of the night, usually.
I'm curious what your thoughts are on, so like not feeling like you're effective or impactful, or I kind of just don't care, or, you know, whatever. But what's the other side of that where, because for me, in every task that I'm doing or every minute of the day, I need it to feel impactful or effective. You know what I mean? I feel like there's like the flip side of that where I have to literally tell myself like, it's okay to sit down, eat my lunch, seated at the table, and you know what I mean? Like I don't have to be standing at the counter like eating really fast just because the kids are napping and I want to do all these things. So I feel like there's like a reverse side of that as well.
Well, it's the precursor. So if you think of like, if you think you're in kind of a calm state and you're feeling relaxed, that's like your ventral vagal state. You're like really calm. Then when you get into that hyper productive mode, it can be that fight or flight or your sympathetic mode. And you're like, I got to go. I have a million things I need to do. I'm going to sit and like shove eggs in my mouth in the morning. You know, it's like really hyper achieving. And when you're in that state for too long and you can't kind of flex between the two and take a break and calm down a little bit, that's what can push you over into burnout. It's like you've been in the state for too long without any break and your mind can't cope with it anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that is, you're talking about why you created Lorissa's List. That's literally why I created Wake Up Different, because women need an opportunity to tell their body it's okay. Like I'm safe. I'm not in this constant effort all the time because I'm unsafe. And that's usually, that can be what our body registers that as.
You know what I think is, I noticed this in myself. I'm curious your thoughts. I have to tell myself actively, I am not in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
I'm not in a hurry. Why am I rushing? I'm literally not in a hurry. And I'm gonna take that a step further. I'm working on it. Okay. I will be almost to the point of annoyed when someone else isn't in a hurry. And I have to say, where are we rushing off to? Like there's literally no rush. But I think that's probably very common in high achieving people.
So common. And so I work with my clients around like what triggers them to be that anxious and feel like they're constantly rushing. And then how do we come back to being more present? Because the opposite of that is when you're like very in the moment and you're really present and connected to whatever you're doing, you're usually not as rushed.
Yeah.
So like how can we find those moments to feel like very calm and grounded and centered to kind of bring us back down to that state of calm? Because we'll always go back and forth. Like sometimes I like being in that mode. I'm like really productive, right?
I love it. I'm like, let's take over the world.
Totally.
But I need to come back down.
But you have to come back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There needs to be a balance to it or else you risk burnout.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about. So you have to add in joy. I think joy is kind of the opposite of that. Like the more that you can add in moments of joy and presence, the more it balances out that hyper productivity and you can kind of find a good middle ground.
Yeah, speaking of joy, we talked about this and we agree on this, that there's kind of a misconception that nobody likes to work. No one likes their work and work is just heavy and just nobody likes to work. I think nobody likes to do work that they don't align with. And I think nobody likes to do work. Well, I think Lorissa's List was very clear kind of example of this. I love working on it. And for all intents and purposes, that is my work. I love sitting here and talking with you. And I feel very energized when I work on Lorissa's List. I feel very energized after doing a podcast. I feel very energized when I, do an event with somebody. And that is that's all my work right now. And I don't feel those crashes or like I don't leave feeling like, oh, I'm drained. I hate my work.
Yeah.
And so I think there's also that, there's like a mindset shift for that too, I think, where, and I don't know if it's like the wrong maybe not the wrong type of work, but like, what do you think it is where it's work that doesn't align with your greater personal goal? Or, where do you see that differentiation of people who really like their work and get energized by it versus people who don't like their work and maybe feel that burnout? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think there's okay, so I feel like there's two parts there. The first part, I feel like when you are doing something that you love, you have different chemicals running through your brain. Like there is scientific basis around it that's really interesting because you're releasing dopamine, you have different endorphins. Like these are all counteracting stress levels and cortisol. So when you're enjoying what you do and you feel connected to it, there's a scientific reason why you are not going to be as stressed. You're not going to be pushing your state into burnout as quickly. So that part's really interesting, right? So I do think if you're feeling connected and you're enjoying what you do, you are much less likely to burn out because you're loving it and you have different chemicals running through your body.
Yeah.
And I know I see that for myself. Like I was working like a maniac at the very end of my pregnancy. Like I was working so much.
Yes.
And I loved it. So it didn't even matter. Like I felt so good. And people are like, why are you working like this? Like I was up at 5:30 and then I was going to bed at 10 and I pretty much didn't stop.
Yeah. But because it brings me joy.
It brought me
it's
joy.
Like giving me the wings that I need at the end
know.
of it. Yeah,
and
I totally get it.
I was making time to like regulate and do my practices that I needed, but ultimately that's what brought me joy. But then the other part of it is like even if you love your job, like we both love what we do, there's going to be hard parts. And so I think being aware of what in your career path brings you energy and what activities take it away. Energy drains.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that word.
Yeah.
Energy creators and energy drains. And the more you're aware of it and the more you can balance it, the better.
Yeah. I feel like we talked about that. I'm sure we talked about it on many episodes in the past of figuring out what actually does drain your energy.
Yes.
And I think there's things that people think gives them energy and it doesn't. And I'll use even like a social example. For some people, they're like, oh, I went out with my girlfriends and then I just feel so terrible after. Like I feel so drained after, where I'm like, well, then maybe maybe don't do that. Like maybe shift, maybe have dinner with one girlfriend at a time or something. You know what I mean? Because I think there's, that's just one example, but I think there are a lot of factors that people think, oh, I just do this and it's fun, but really it's draining.
Okay,
on their nervous system.
Such a good example because I wear my Aura ring. And I know you're not a fan, but I love my ring.
I'm not a fan.
And I went to a brewery with some friends and we had there were a bunch of kids and we brought our kids, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And on the way home, I got an alert from my ring that was like, you have been in a very high stress environment. Whoa, reflect on your stress levels. And I'm like, oh my God, I was with friends. That's supposed to be recharging. And it's like,
they're not friends anymore. I'm just kidding. They're getting
or
booted.
The environment is it. I'm like trying to watch
never
the
again
kids.
at a brewery. Yeah.
But I think that's so true. Like really evaluating how you feel after and then making adjustments. I mean, there's obvious ones like Zoom meetings can be really draining. Or even just like in your physical setting, it can be really draining if your office is really messy. There's internal factors, but there's also external, like what impacts you.
I cannot express enough how, there's the whole I love feng shui. So feng shui, but also like energy in, energy out, and creating a good energetic path in your home, in your car, wherever, as my car is disgusting right now. But there is just something about cleaning clutter and having a space for everything and organizing. And I'm going to say this is probably a really hot take and probably not the appropriate thing to say. But when you look at like a really successful person's home, is it cluttered? Is there crap everywhere? Is there junk just like piled up in their garage? No. You just don't see it. Like I think about just successful people that I see and they don't have this clutter like stacked up. Okay. So I think about that for my own self. Like when I start to build clutter, I'm like, something in my brain, like I need this to just shift, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know how this is weighing on me. And I feel like there's a identifiable way or like, you know what I mean? Like it's weighing on me in a sense that I need to clean out. I've been on this like crazy clean out. Because I feel like it happens like that and I just don't even know. And I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have crap in here that I need to just energetically clean
Get
out.
rid of. Well, it almost becomes invisible. I don't know if you feel like
Yeah.
this, but when it's been there for so long,
You
you're
don't
like,
really
"Wait,
notice it."
What is that pile of things over there? Like where did that come from?
Yeah.
Why is that still here?
Why is that here?
I think it's success, but to your hot take, I have seen successful people's homes that are very cluttery.
Oh, really?
But I would not categorize them as happy, balanced, peaceful people.
Okay.
So depends how you
Your version of success.
Yeah, and go back to that, right? Like financial
okay,
success.
okay.
Does that mean that you have like peace and success in other realms of your life? No.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it contributes most to, because I think that it's hard to feel relaxed and to shut off and to like recharge when you're in a space that is cluttered. I agree.
Wow. Okay. Further hot take. What's your definition of success and all of that stuff contributing to, yeah, that's really interesting. I do actually have another really hot take for you that I meant to share at the beginning.
I'm excited. What a
Okay.
day.
This morning I woke up and I go to my husband. No, this was last night. Sorry. Well, yesterday I woke up and I thought it in my head. And then my husband came home from his trip and I said, I need to tell you something. I think I am going to be the girl who works out in her garage.
Yes. No way.
Because
The day has
I
come.
cannot get it down, and I'm all about the system and the plan and like we're going to make it work. I cannot for the life of me justify waking up to get my pump on, to pump, to get the milk out, to store the milk, to hire someone to be there at my house at the right time, to leave, to go schedule a class. Like,
No, it doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense.
No.
It made sense with two for me, honestly. It really did. I had a system. I would do all of this, and I would make it to Pilates because that's what I like to do. It doesn't make sense.
No, it stopped making sense for me after one. But
It doesn't make sense.
Everyone has their limit.
And so I was like, how do I fix this? Because I can't just use the excuse of like, oh, I can't work out. I mean, I will go take walks, but I want to work out. And so I'm thinking about this. I'm like reworking every possible plan. Okay, it takes me 8 minutes to drive to the gym. I could be pumping. I could bring the cooler bag with me. I'm like truly reworking. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm a gym workout girl.
Yeah, perspective shift. It's great. Working out, once you get used to it, I love it. There's so many benefits. My kids get to see me work out all the time. My son just found this like such a random tangent, but we live like by horse trails. So he found this little part of a horseshoe and it's heavy. And so yesterday he's holding it. He's like, oh, this is my weight, mama. Now when I'm working out with you, I have a weight so I can do it. And he's like doing all of his, I need to practice. And
Great.
like, see, this is like such good modeling. There's so many benefits to it.
Yeah.
And you don't have the excuse anymore. Because at some point, the importance of working out, I thought this was going to happen for you, would outweigh your desire to not be at the gym.
But you know what? I do think to that point, everything is a mindset shift. And I am like, put your money where your mouth is, because I am such a firm believer in like, if you say, oh, I'm not a morning person, you're not a morning person because you say you're not a morning person.
Yeah.
You could retrain your brain to be anything that you want to be.
Yes.
Maybe not anything, but like largely you can change your brain to reshape your habits. And so that one was just not working out for me. And I'm like, it's been she'll be 6 months in a couple weeks. So it's been 5 months. And I haven't been able to figure out this pattern. And then I'll try to hire it and like, okay, if I could get a babysitter to come from this time to this time, and then I'll look, I'm like, well, there aren't any classes that I want to do during that time.
And if you have a babysitter, like, is that really what you want to be doing?
No,
with
I
that
want to be
time? 'Cause
working
you
on
love
Larissa's list.
Exactly.
I don't want to be doing that. I want to be working on Larissa's list.
And
if
that's
I have a
how I
babysitter.
feel. If I have my nanny, I'm doing something like that. And I'm not, it's not that I'm working out, because that I take care of in the morning. It's just so much easier.
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if the kids wake up early, they can come down, because you might have that situation now that you have an iffy sleeper. We'll see.
Joshua is going to be like, hello.
Hey, Mom.
I'll put her in a little bouncer seat and get my stuff done.
And then you finish. Like the number of times I had to pause my workout the other day, but at least I got to it. I got it done. I would never go to a class right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a joke. You can imagine.
I now, though, just need to figure out, well, one, it's going to prompt us to clean out the garage.
Yes.
So now I have a purpose to clean out the garage. And number two, I'm now interested in getting like, I know there's like those foldable or whatever, like a smaller version of a reformer machine.
Okay.
Because that's an option.
Yeah, there's a million options.
There's a million options.
Yeah, you're gonna deck out your garage. If I know
my
you.
garage is gonna be the new Equinox. You can come for like a smoothie or something.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's gonna be the
We have
best.
a sauna, an ice plunge, a tonal machine. It's amazing in there.
Yeah.
Why would I not love it? We have good music, a good sound system, big mirrors, good lighting.
No weirdos. Like
No
the
weirdos.
gym
Yes.
is
Oh my God.
a meat market.
It's a meat market. I just talked to the lady that did my makeup about this. She goes
Even
to a
when
private
I'm pregnant,
gym.
I'm
All the
pregnant,
time.
and they're just like, I'm like,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? Get out of here.
What? Like, why are you talking to me?
Can you
I'm
not?
wearing a wedding ring
I
and
don't
I'm
want to
pregnant.
talk to anybody at all. Okay,
Don't
so
even
that's
get me
that.
started. So
Okay.
that's a huge benefit of working out in your garage.
Weird gym. I'm a garage gym girl now. Thanks to
I'm really
you.
happy for you.
It took a while to get here, but
It's a beautiful thing.
here we are.
Yeah.
But I do think that is, I mean, it's always in line with like kind of our core values of how we live our life. Like if there is something that's not working out for you, you change the thing or you change your mindset about the thing.
Exactly.
And you can change your mindset about pretty much anything and then go and execute and create a new plan. If you really want something.
If you really want something. Because you
something
were
bad
very
enough.
strong about never working out in your garage.
Listen, I haven't started it yet, but it's going to happen. I think actually the last episode that we did, I said I will never work out in
I
my
know.
garage.
You've said it multiple times.
And that was like a month and a half ago. Because I'm like, I will literally figure out any way, shape, or form to like get out. And don't get me wrong, I love going to a class because I like the energy of the other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know me, I am a chatter, not to like weird men at the gym, but like to other women, I'm like, oh, hey, like I like chatting.
You're a networker.
But
yeah.
that just isn't a thing anymore.
Not right now.
It's not right now.
That's what-
and I can go back to it. But
Yeah.
what needs to be a thing is working out. And
I
it
know.
just is, you know.
And you can flex the time. You could work out for 15 minutes, not commit to a whole hour. Like there's so many reasons
Yeah.
why working out at home
Yeah.
is good.
Oh,
I was
it's
just
the
asking
best.
Jeff, I'm like, are we ever going to be class people? Like I haven't been to a gym since before 2020. Like I
do love a good class, though. I love a good Pilates reformer class.
I'm sure it's great, but I have my people on my screen that talk to me on my
Yeah.
total and walk me through my workouts. And it's like,
Okay.
I'm sure it'd be nice to go to a class. I did that one at the Larissa's List launch party, the little Pilates class.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is so nice.
Nice
but
to get like a little flow.
not nice
fresh air.
enough that I'm going to get a bunch of
No, I get it.
people.
It makes
to
sense.
help.
But and also to the topic of being in fight or flight, I did actually, one contributing factor of this was I had 2 nights where I just absolutely, and I don't really have a lot of sleep issues.
Oh, yeah.
Not even the baby was asleep. It wasn't the
I
baby.
remember
This was
this.
like before the baby hit her sleep regression. I absolutely could not fall asleep. I
Yeah.
was up entire night, 2 nights in a row. And I think so I'm clearly my parasympathetic nervous system is shot. I'm clearly in fight or flight. And I don't know why, which I think is like one of those invisible things we're talking about. Like there's something that I'm doing that's not working. Obviously, there's a reason why my nervous system is the way that it is. And it could be many factors. It could be hormones. It could be whatever. And I think there are some things that you cannot control, but a lot of things largely you can control.
Totally.
And one of the things that just immediately clicked in my brain is like, I have not gotten a good workout. It's been a year and a half. I mean, because I was on bed rest for the whole time with the baby,
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
right?
My mental health
And
would
it
be in
used
the
to be,
tank.
I mean, before I had any kids, I was like a workout
Yeah.
fiend. It was like brushing my teeth. It was just like the thing that I did every single day. I work out and started my day with, or I'd wake up and start my day with a really good workout. So that was like kind of the catalyst because I was like, you know what? I haven't been able to figure out this system. I got to figure something else out. And I can't not sleep.
I'm happy
So
for you. I
Sleep
think
is
it'll
like
help.
the biggest thing
Sleep is huge.
ever. Yeah.
I know, but I don't know. Here's my hot take.
Let's hear it.
Sleep is really important, but I will sometimes sacrifice sleep to get a workout because a workout is more important to me.
Really?
Yeah. Like most people would say, if your baby's waking up in the middle of the night, like don't wake up early to work out.
Yeah.
Not
Do
my
it?
experience. Depends how bad the night is, but usually if I get a workout, that is a way. I'm not doing like a crazy hit class, but if I can get 20 minutes of strength training in, then my energy levels are better and more sustained through the day than if I'd gotten an extra 45 minutes of sleep.
Really?
Yeah. I encourage people to
Try.
try it and see what makes a bigger difference to them. But for my body, it's much more important. And it's harder to do because I have like the thoughts that come up in my mind, like you deserve to sleep. You've been up all night, like all the excuses that I have to fight. But very consistently, I've seen that getting exercise makes me feel better throughout the day.
That's interesting. I should try it. I mean, I'm certainly not. Well, I will soon be able to go do something. I'm gonna get like some weights or something, and I don't know what I'm gonna get in the garage, but I feel a million times better when I have a walk in the morning versus not having a walk in the morning. Even just fresh air, like starting the day with clear lungs and just getting out and getting a little bit of movement, I think.
Is a big and see, think about like if you had to sacrifice 15 minutes of sleep for a 15-minute walk, you'd probably see that a walk would be worth it,
for
right?
Sure. Well, and also because there's also things like your lymphatic drainage, like your lymphatic system's moving and all the, your neurons start firing up and I start getting all these ideas and things that I want to do for the day. And it kind of is,
Exactly.
It's exciting to like be alone in your own thoughts. And I don't know, I think, I'm like talking
Said
myself
like a
into
mom
it.
of 3. It's exciting to be alone with your thoughts.
It's so exciting to be alone.
What a concept. I'm 15 minutes alone with my thoughts.
It is so exciting thinking about that. Oh man, I know. I drove on the drive over here. I was like, oh my gosh, it feels so weird. I'm constantly checking like all 3 of my little back cameras for all my kids. I'm like, there's nobody back there.
I was in the back listening to the happy song on repeat, trying to keep Scarlett.
No, that is my no, thank you. Mm-mm. But you know what? We have all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there. Happy song. The Emoji Heap one?
Yeah, I didn't know about it until recently. It's amazing.
The other one that works for my kids is pretty much anything Cascade, which obviously my kids
nice
would be techno children. But I think because it's, I don't know.
I'll try it.
It's Cascade specifically.
Well, Jeff got a new phone, and so his old phone I've turned into Scarlett's phone. So it has like the happy song downloaded and other things, so it travels with her. The white noise app, because she's obsessed with white noise.
That's perfect.
Because I was having like somebody would call me and it would interrupt the happy song, and she'd start going ballistic.
And now that person is like on my hit list
exactly.
forever.
So now it's like she has her own phone. It's ridiculous.
Phone. Yeah.
But
okay.
Here we
Baby
are.
Scarlett is maybe my spirit animal. I think Baby Scarlett's going to be your child that maybe like doesn't like the beach or Duffy boats.
Oh,
No, I don't want to put that energy.
don't put that out there for us. No, she loves water.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora is my daughter that's not into the beach.
I thought Aurora does like the beach.
No, she likes to do toe dips, but she doesn't like to go in the ocean.
She's a cabana girl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Aurora brings her Barbies to the beach and sets them up in beds and gives them food because she just thinks like relaxing and eating food is the way to be.
That's the only thing you do at the beach.
Yeah.
Is eat snacks.
That's what she thinks. My son, on the other hand,
So Aurora's my real spirit animal.
she's right up your alley.
Talking about energy sucks versus energy creators, generally speaking, which we also did talk about this a little bit last time too, but I do think all these things, they always continue to like layer onto themselves. But what do you see with your clients? And then I think last time, did I ask you, are they easily identifiable? Like things that are energy sucks versus energy
Not always.
givers. Is that what I keep fudging the word, like energy drainers,
The terminology
versus energy, things that contribute to your energy versus things that drain your energy.
I don't think it's always obvious. No. And then it's kind of nuanced because I'll also have my clients identify like glimmers and triggers. So things that like shoot their nervous system into fight or flight or make them really angry, and things that are glimmers, which ground them and make them feel joy, which is kind of like a different way of looking at it. When I'm having somebody work on their energy creators or drainers, I'm having them kind of look at their schedule for the week and look at their calendar and then note how they feel after key things.
Oh, I like that.
Which can be really helpful. So that's like a way to map it. So you can spend a week trying to map how your energy is flexing based on different things that you're doing, and then we'll talk about it. And then I kind of took a whole tangent here with the glimmers and triggers, but that's another one. It's like noticing what puts you on edge. And that could be something as simple as like your husband checking his phone when you're trying to talk to him. Trigger. Right? And so then the more that you notice your triggers, then like we'll work on tools to help manage your nervous system in those moments so you don't
That one gets me every time.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I literally last night said to him, I'm like, I don't want 80% of your attention. I want 100% of your attention. I am a gal. I'm a 100% gal. Like,
I want it all.
Don't be doing a quick little check. I want you right here.
Okay, I'm so ridiculous. Like, if we're watching even TV together at night, like, I don't want you on your phone. It's fine if I'm on my phone, but like, if you're on your phone or if you want to go to bed early, then we're not spending quality time together.
Time together.
Yeah. And so last night he's like, "Is it okay if I go to bed because I'm really tired?" I'm like, "That's fine."
Okay,
like clearly annoyed.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I think. There's so many. I have so many thoughts on that too. But there are, I think, a million little triggers like that all the time.
Totally.
You know what's a big one for people? Actually, I know that you know that this is a thing. I see this all the time on social media. Moms or women complaining about having to make dinner. And you know what I think it is? I don't actually think it's having to, because I just recently saw, but I see it all the time. It's like, imagine having to make 3 meals a day for 365 days for 18 years or something.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot, which sure, it is a lot. But like feeding yourself and your children is like the most basic human need ever. So that's step one. Step two, I actually think it is, I don't think it's the actual cooking of the dinner so much as it's like the figuring out what it is and like adding, like figuring out what the meals are.
I agree.
And then like there's a whole thing like then it's like the shopping behind it, and then it's like I think it's more like the plan around it, if that makes sense.
And then being rushed. Like if you have a plan around it and you start dinner at the right time and you know what you're going to make and you're making it, it can be fine. But then there's a lot of additional stress. If you don't know what you're going to make, it's getting later. The kids are getting really cranky because they're hungry. And then you're like rushing to put food on the table. And then you're like making additional food for your picky eater. It can be so much more emotional. I feel like there's a lot of different aspects of the making dinner.
Yeah.
That can get tough. I can't speak to it though, because I don't make our food.
But you plan it.
Yeah, but Jeff has the final say on the planning because he's the cooker.
Okay. Well, do you guys have a good system around it?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. It's great. I mean, we have a great system on Sundays. We always plan and then grocery shop and make sure we know what's happening.
Okay, let's talk about. Also, I just saw you peek out there. Is baby Scarlett out there?
No, I thought it was her, but we'll hear her if she comes.
Oh, I would love that. Let's talk about energy management versus time management.
Yes. Oh, okay. I got excited.
Yes.
All right. Time management. My issue with people when they talk about time, there's like a ton of time management gurus. But when people talk about time management, you're forgetting that we're human. Like 1 hour when I'm feeling really good and really productive is so dramatically different than 1 hour when I'm like burnt out and exhausted. It's not the same. And so if you're just trying to manage your time, treating yourself as, especially as a woman with hormones and a cycle and everything else, like it's all equal, you're going to fail. I really, really believe this. So you have to plan around your energy levels as well, which is why I really, really try to work on being familiar with your internal state and with your external systems, because otherwise you're going to have a mismatch. You're going to try to fit into this time management block and block your time perfectly and do all these things and then get so dysregulated when you fail because you're feeling like you're failing, but really you're just not taking into account your energy.
Okay, so how do you do that? How does one manage their energy? Is it like, here's a list of things I need to get done, and then kind of taking like a internal scan of like, okay, and just knowing yourself better in that way? Or how does one go about that?
Well, it's really dependent based on your job too, because some people have a lot of control over their schedule, some people don't. But in an ideal world, it's like I'm planning my day based on how I know that my energy levels are. So if I have something that requires a lot of focus, I'm going to try to plan that in the morning. And if it's something more social or meetings, I'm going to try to plan that in the afternoon when my focus is a little bit less and I'm a little bit more tired. It's like being aware of your own ebbs and flows. Or if you're familiar with your cycle, like when you're ovulating, oh my gosh, great time to be on a podcast, great time to go to networking events, to schedule things. But if you're menstruating, you just want to like hide. So I'll plan content creation around that. Right now it's different because I'm postpartum. But like I will absolutely plan my talking reels around a phase where I'm feeling more outgoing and not when I'm just kind of in the mood to be quiet to myself.
What? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I need to get on that. Well,
oh my
now,
gosh. No, this is like a whole other topic. But yeah, it's huge.
Okay, I have a really, really hot take on that. Really hot.
Okay.
I don't know if you're
I'm
going to
ready
like
for
it. A lot of you aren't going to like it. I have a theory, and now this is back in my corporate days, okay? Corporate. We're managing lots of data, lots of people, all the time, lots of teams. I've never successfully had a female leader in corporate America. And I have a theory that it's because we as women are like doing this. And in a lot of times when I need to rely on a leader, and especially when the deal is so big and there's so much writing on it and there's like all these like, people and thoughts, I need someone who's really like level. This. That's a super hot take.
I mean, never. I have had good female leaders.
Have
corporate.
You? Maybe
They're
mine's
not
just been
as
luck
common.
of the draw.
They're not as common.
I've had 3 really bad ones.
Yeah, it's tough.
They're always very emotional. Not emotional in the sense of like, ooh, but like very emotionally charged and emotionally driven, if that makes sense.
Which is hard because if you're making decisions from a state of emotion, it's not a good place to make decisions from.
But not to like derail the conversation, I think. So that's a super hot take.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I'm sure. Like my mom is a woman in leadership, and again, I know she's phenomenal, and she has a female boss who I know is phenomenal. Like I know it's there.
It exists.
But I have this theory. Like I've had 3 bad ones, and I've thought I don't think you're a bad person or a bad employee, but I do think not knowing yourself could make you better suited to be like an individual contributor versus someone who's like managing.
Completely.
People, you know what I mean?
I mean, there are aspects to our biology as women that are impossible to ignore.
There's
different strengths and weaknesses for men and women. I mean, that's what makes us different. So I think there's truth to that.
The energy management is really interesting to me because I definitely do not do that. I just think about a time block of like, here's an hour, and I do have an hour. But you know what? But now that you say that, there are some hours where if the kids are napping, I'm like, I have an hour and I need to get all this stuff done. And some days I'm like, yes, ding, 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 ding. And other days I'm like, all I want to do right now is sit on the couch and just have a glass of water and eat lunch and like turn my brain off because that's just what I feel like doing.
Yeah.
And I've really never put any rhyme or reason to it until you say that. It's like navigating what you have energy for versus what you have.
This is what my journals help you do.
Time for. So then are you just then planning, like I'm thinking this out in real time. Am I then just taking... If I come to that hour and I had this intention to do all these things and I can clearly see that my energy level isn't matching what I need to get done, do I just say, okay, screw it? No, I'm not going to just say
no, because sometimes
it.
you have things to do. Okay, so in my journals that you've seen, I made some overhauls. The desk side journal now, you're writing down your priorities. There's a space based on your energy levels. So it can there's like a section for if you're feeling really low energy, and you'll write down things that really need to get done that week that could be done in a low energy state versus things that could be done in a focused state and everything else. And so then if you're feeling that way, you could be like, okay, have an hour right now. You're flexible, which is nice because you don't work for somebody else. So you could say, all right, I have an hour. These are some things that don't take as much focus or energy that I could maybe do from my phone. versus things that are going to take me running around and, X, Y, and Z. So you can kind of flex that way a little bit.
Okay.
If you've categorized different tasks that need to get done, there's different ways to do it, but being aware of it, because sometimes you have to push through. Like, let's be real. There's reality.
Yeah.
But
there also is a world where I think you could say, I mean, and I'm even thinking from like the homemaker aspect, if doing XYZ tasks is really energetically draining and you're going to be pulling from resources that you actually don't have to begin with, I'm making this up. Like for me, sitting and folding laundry while I'm watching Gilmore Girls has to get done, but it's like takes zero energy for me to sit and do that. Maybe choose that task for that appropriate time. Or if there's something that is really, or if laundry is super just for you energetically draining, maybe push it back to tomorrow or something.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm kind of like thinking it in terms of that from. Or
even as you plan your day, like I work with a number of therapists and they're so emotionally drained by the end of the day that anything that takes any emotional work is just not going to happen if it's planned for the end of the day. And so it's really building in like, how do we get things done in the morning
before they take all that on.
Or even communicating, like getting back to people, like responding to texts and emails. It's just impossible at the end of the day. It's just not working for them. And so you have to figure out a way to build it in the morning. It sounds simple when I talk about it now, but not always if you're not aware and looking at your energy patterns.
Yeah, and I feel like being aware of that too, because we both have 3 little kids. There's a big difference in even my bedtime and nighttime routine. If the kids were great and easy and we had such a wonderful day and no one was acting like an animal all day, like the bedtime routine, maybe we read a couple extra books and maybe we have a longer of bath and maybe, I don't know, versus if
a little
they're
more joyful,
crazy, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm like scrubbing their hair really fast, like in an assembly line. I'm like, I know.
out, good to go.
Just dry you down. I'm like putting pajamas on. Lathan's like, Mommy, I'm all wet. I'm like, just get in the bed, go.
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime. Just get in your bed. So taking that scan, even with the kids, I think is, it's like a factor that we don't always have control over because we can't foresee what's going to come.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that has such a major impact on our day too.
Oh yeah.
So or to the point where I came up with that was like, if there is something that's going to be energetically draining, if you have little kids, maybe front loading that too before the day.
Always front loading it
before the day hits.
That's why morning's so valuable. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so important what you choose to do in the morning.
And why people should do.
Wake up different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good topic because the more aware you are, the better. That's half the battle. If you can even acknowledge that you're feeling like really stressed and overwhelmed, you can then make a choice to do something different. And
I think I'm speaking for high achieving people. I don't think we are often doing, actually, let me just speak for myself. I am not an excuse person. And so I will almost go above and beyond to not make an excuse. And even when I'm really not making an excuse and I really just need to do XYZ, I'm like, is this just an excuse that I'm telling myself?
I know.
And I have to be really cautious of that, like on the opposite end too, to where I think, I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm not making an excuse. I am feeling.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel myself be run down. It's okay to do XYZ.
It's okay.
I am feeling energetically some type of way and I need to make a shift. But I think that for me, it's really hard to do because I don't want it to lean into an excuse.
I'm the same way. And I really struggled postpartum because I had all these ideas of what I was going to do because like I knew I was going to be in recovery. So I couldn't really like move and do a bunch of stuff with the older kids. And I have to make content. It's part of my job. So I'm like, oh, great. I'm going to have all this time to make content postpartum. So I'm going to be like feeding Scarlett and getting caught up on reels and making everything's going to be great. I had a really good plan.
Scarlett's like, no, girl.
No. So what did I do? I just like sat there and I watched TV. I'm like, I can't.
Good
and that isn't my norm though. Like it's not like, that is not really how I operate at all. And so I had to kind of fight myself and be like, what am I doing? Like, it's fine to watch TV. Like, I don't need to be ultra productive. I just had a baby. Like, let it go. And then I'm back to who I am. But I know that feeling. It's like, is this rest that I need, or is it an excuse because something feels hard?
And to that point, I think there also is actually, Tandra made a really good point. Tandra, who I just had on the pod, is one of the chaplains. She and her husband are the chaplains for the LA Chargers. And so she was basically talking about how rest is vital.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, my athletes, like my guys, have to rest. They absolutely have to rest. If they were constantly in a like go, 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 like we're not winning games. We're not productive. And so, and then tying that back to having like, and she actually also talks about having a vision statement, and you kind of call it something else, but like having like, what's the ultimate like goal? Like, what are we working towards ultimately? You know, what's the main priority for us? You kind of talk about it in terms of priorities, right? Purpose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And knowing and understanding that taking that rest, to me, because I feel like I could even take that, like, is my rest that I'm doing right now aligning to my greater purpose? Yes or no? Like, you kind of know if it's like
you totally do.
An excuse, or if it's like, hey, I'm going to take this rest and then it's going to align better with my ultimate purpose. Sometimes for me, honestly, this sounds crazy, but what?
Scarlett has made herself known, and it's urgent.
Oh, okay, get her.
The guys just came over and
Flagged you?
yeah, and I heard her screaming. Let me just tell Jeff it's okay.
Okay.
Well, go. Hi, is that Jeff? Yeah. Is he right outside? Okay, I'm gonna go.
Okay, yeah. I feel bad. I don't know, like. I know. That was the pod.
It's good. We can honestly, we've been here. We're fine. We're good.
No, you guys do your thing.
Um,
I hope everything's smooth though over here. It's all new, so I'm just.
No, it looks amazing.
Okay. But yeah, that was funny. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't think he wanted to come in too because he knew the baby's crying. So.
Oh no, it's fine. I'll just wrap up.
Okay.
It's totally fine because oh,
You guys should hold the baby in the video.
I know. I was gonna ask her. Let's see. Are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Please tell me we are.
Go.
Okay, good. I don't want to like mess with this. We have a special guest, everybody. The cutest guest we've ever had on.
There, love. Hi, honey. She's getting hungry.
You know, I think she is the one that looks the most like you.
Do you think so?
that?
No. We'll see though. Time will tell. Hi, honey.
We gotta get you with our little sister.
Talking about greater purpose and priorities.
This is it.
This is it.
There is no greater purpose or priority. Well,
this is it.
we have been, I mean, we can wrap up. We can totally wrap up to let you get on with your greater purpose. I love this.
Like her little burp rag. I think she's teething.
Already?
She's gotta be. Yeah, that's why Jeff likes to put the cape on her.
I love
Edward's
it.
cape.
Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. And this
We're
is
baby people.
We are baby people. You know what? I will say this though. I'm gonna go totally off of like, script, but I think you are a perfect example of kids not being. Well, two things. One, you always say, because people are like, oh, it's so hard to work with, babies or have kids, and you always say, okay, but I don't shy away from hard things.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that we always want to. I think for us, that's always a big takeaway. Like, just
Totally.
because it's hard doesn't mean that it's impossible, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. I always say a hard minute or moment doesn't mean a hard day. And I think usually with little kids, there are a million hard moments.
So
that
many.
doesn't mean if you calculated every hard moment into being a hard day, you'd have a lot of really hard days.
You'd have a lot of awful days.
Yeah.
It's mindset, right?
Mm-hmm. It's all mindset.
This is what we talk about all the time. It's like, how are you going to spin it?
How are you going to spin it?
Yeah.
And I also think if you really want to do something, then you figure out a way to do it.
Figure it out. Like
Yeah.
if you really want to work out,
You end up in your gym.
you end up in your gym in the garage. Or if I really want to work, I'm going to work.
I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to find a way that I can do it without sacrificing in other areas that mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Right? It's all about balance. It's what an interesting stage of life we're in, right? Like how cool is this?
Just hanging out in the pod.
Yeah, hanging out in the pod, talking about things we're passionate about,
Yeah.
but still tending to my baby
This
that
is
was sick
also
of dad.
like a perfect example of how you and because I get this a lot, I'm sure you do too, where people are like, oh, you know, I get like toxically positive and all this stuff, or like
Yeah.
pretending like it's perfect. And I don't ever want to come off that
I
way.
know.
But what I do want to challenge people is that, one, I think mindset is everything. There's
Agree.
always a different perspective, or you can shift the perspective. Two, you're never really stuck. I think there's like this whole victim thing of like, oh, it's so hard and I can't do anything because I'm a mom, which I think is so utterly
We
not
agree
true.
with that on.
You could not want to do anything because you're a mom. Like tomorrow it could be like, that's it. I'm doing nothing ever again and I want to just hang out with my kids all day. Totally fine.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can't do something if you really wanted to do something. I have a lot of hot takes today. Sorry. I'm like,
we see very similarly on that though. It's just sometimes hard choices, right? Like, what did I want to say there? Life is not perfect and things are hard, but it's choosing what you're going to focus on.
yeah.
Like, I think there's a difference between like toxic positivity and just denying that things are hard and just choosing to focus and put your energy towards the things
Yeah.
that are really good.
Yeah.
So like, of course, there's a lot of hard things with what we're trying to do, having 3 little kids and building a brand and building a business and working with clients and everything else. But we could either focus on that and talk about it and be relatable, which is something you and I have talked about, like
Yeah.
kind of complain a lot and be relatable, or we can talk about the beauty.
Are you hungry? She says, girl,
Just like, I'm always hungry.
yeah.
Have you met me?
Have you met? And I want to be laying down and I want to be.
And if you think I'm going to have a good meal now that we're out here with all these lights, you better be kidding.
Okay, so what are you going to do? Are you going to go lay down in your car?
No, I'm actually going to see if they'll let me sit on the couch and try to feed her a little bit to get her home and then
Oh,
give her
yeah.
a full feed.
Absolutely.
You know, we just make it work here.
You know what? It's right here on the couch. It's the podcast studio, Zill Media. It's a daycare nursing studio. They do it all here.
I got like professional pictures taken. Part of them, I'm like laying down breastfeeding Scarlett. And so then I go to this party at my friend's house and I like, lay down on the couch and feed her with everyone's running around. She's like, looks at me, she's like, oh, you actually feed her like this? I'm like, oh yeah. We just,
She wants to be chilling. We're laying.
this is how we do it.
Scarlet is everyone's spirit animal.
And she's coming to the party Saturday. So we'll
I
see how
told
that
you, right?
goes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. I
tag
knew that
along.
would be, yeah.
Yeah.
You really should have brought her to Larissa's List launch party.
Maybe I would have been there for more than an hour if I
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
Lessons learned.
Okay. We went over a lot today. Is there anything else we want to touch on before you go?
Yes.
Okay.
You like to do a takeaway. So I think we
Oh
should
yeah,
do
I
a
do love
takeaway.
to do a takeaway.
I thought about a takeaway for
Yeah.
this one.
Okay, I have actually something we talked about that I'll use kind of as a takeaway. I had been planning these events with River Street,
Yes.
and I have been having, hundreds of people showing up. Like, it's absolute madness. And which is great. That's what it's for. It's for community, and they're free events, and all these kids and moms showing up and grandparents are showing up and like, oh, I've been hearing about these River Street events.
Love that.
And I then did one last week and like 40 people showed up. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, where's all the people? And I kind of had this moment. I think the old version of me would be like, and actually I said to my husband goes, how did it go? And I said, terrible. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, the old version of me would be like, this is a failure. This was terrible.
Yep.
But when I really think about it, I had 2 thoughts. One, I'm not in a position in my life to always be in hyper growth all the time. I'm just not.
Yep.
And I actually think it was really nice when I think about the 40 people, 30 or 40 people that showed up, I actually got to chat and meet a lot of them and say hello and meet their kids. And I actually had time to enjoy my kids, because I bring my kids, obviously, at that event. Whereas the other one, I'm like bringing 3 helpers and 3 babysitters, because like I'm trying to take content and talk to people, and my kids are all over the place. And so I was thinking about it from that perspective of like, there's 2 takeaways for me. One, it wasn't terrible. That's just like what my brain jumped to, and which totally wasn't true. 40 women got to come and do a mommy and me workout and do a craft, and there was a DJ. Like, what am I saying? It was not terrible at all. It was just different, and it was actually a really nice break that I needed, because I hadn't slept the night before, and I thought to myself later, I'm like, thank goodness there weren't 300 people here. I wouldn't have been able to manage all of that. So that's takeaway number 1 for me. Takeaway number 2 is I also had this thought that multitasking is not a thing. It doesn't exist. And obviously I'm religious. I'm a Christian. And I actually, at church the other day, I don't know if I shared this on the pod or not, but it came up and my brain was reminded of it a couple weeks ago, or over the last couple of weeks. We're not God. We're not omnipotent. We're not all powerful, all seeing, all things, and we're actually not meant to be. And I think we can get really caught up in like needing to multitask instead of creating the systems and instead of energy blocking and time blocking or whatever. And I think multitasking is literally just another word for burnout,
Splitting your energy.
and spoiling your energy.
Yeah, splitting it in too many directions.
Splitting your energy and wrecking your nervous system.
I do agree with you.
Okay, baby Scarlett, that was it. Sorry.
It's like the multitasking you're doing, Mom.
Yeah, I know.
Honey, I know.
Okay, is that it? Did we hit our wall?
Yeah. It happens. Okay. Thanks, guys.
And that's it, everybody. Bye.